Hello, friends, and thanks for joining. Today I want to look at Psalm 127, verse 1, and it says this. It says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, its laborers labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchmen watch in vain." So I just want to pause for a minute. I want to go back to the very beginning of this, and I just want to look at the first half of this verse. It says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, its laborers labor in vain." Something that immediately blows me away about this verse is not that only the Lord builds the house. It says, unless he builds it, the laborers labor in vain. It doesn't mean that we're not supposed to labor. In 1 Corinthians chapter 3, Paul says that we are to be co-laborers with the Lord. And I just love this. But I want to back up for a minute, and I want to look at two different things. I want to look at the Tower of Babel, and I want to look at the walls that Nehemiah built. And I want to look at which one did the Lord build and which one labored in vain. So first, let's look at the Tower of Babel. You see this beautiful structure that's erected, and I bet you it was something miraculous to see. I bet you that if we did have the capability to look down from space all the way back then, we'd have been like, oh my gosh, look at the size of this thing. It is massive. But it says this in Genesis chapter 11. It says, "Come, let us build a city for ourselves." Wow. Let us build this city for ourselves. Let us make bricks ourselves. And that's a whole fascinating teaching for some other time. But this is amazing to me. It says, let us do this for ourselves. Is the Lord part of the equation? Are they laboring with the Lord, or are they laboring in vain? And clearly we know how the story ends. God shows up and he says, whoa, time out. What are you doing here? I'm going to hop down off my throne, and now I'm going to put division amongst every one of you, so that you can't even speak the same language. And that's how we get the name Tower of Babel, because the laborers built the house without God. They labored in vain. It was torn apart. Then we look at Nehemiah. For many years before Nehemiah, there was this idea of let's build the walls, but nobody could do it. In 52 days, Nehemiah gathers everybody together, and they completely rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. Wow. Now, did he labor in vain? No, because he sought the Lord. It says in verse 1:4 that he wept bitterly at the destruction. It says that he went and asked for the supplies, and that he asked for this, and he asked for that, and he sought the Lord in everything he did. When we come alongside the Lord and build things, we get walls like Nehemiah, and when we don't, we get towers like the one that was in Babylon. So my friends, whatever the Lord has called you to build, I pray right now that you would pause and take a deep breath and say, am I laboring in vain like those that built the Tower of Babel, or am I co-laboring with the Lord? And I know that this is going to end in his glory and done by his favor. I thank you for tuning in. Until next time, whatever you do, do it as though working for the Lord and with him. Thank you.